Welcome to Mother Hope Life. Felt guided to do a reading with an oracle deck. I may get into tarot, but we'll start with this deck first. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle deck. And I felt guided to use this to get sort of a theme of what's coming. This is us after the new moon, so I like to read or pull for myself one of these cards each new moon. I feel like it's not sets the tone, but it gives something to focus on, and I wanted to get some cards for the collective. So this will be for all signs or anybody watching. If you come across, there might be a message here for you. So yeah, here we go. Clear. Get some messages for the collective. What do we see coming for this new moon? And these are a bit big for my hands, but oh, that's a lot. That's 5. So I have this thing where if I get 5 again, I'll take 5, but that didn't feel too natural, so we'll see. Yeah, they're a bit heavy. Time to go. 45. Oh, wow. Okay, let me pull a couple more. No place like home. 50. One more. Building blocks in reverse. Let's start with 3. And these are just beautiful cards. I love the imagery on these. Right away, I'm looking at 45. Right now in the United States, we just had a big election with our president, number 5, being reelected now. He's 47, so I feel like I'm just a mess. It's time to go. I actually have to do oracle on this just to know, or I will read the guidebook and see what it indicates so we can get a little bit more understanding on that. I think I'll do that for this one. 45. Here we go. Time to go. Endings, completion, walking away from something because there's nothing else to learn or experience. So that actually sounds like the opposite of what I was getting at, but it is alluding to change. And we have here an image of someone. It looks like they're almost slowly walking away, but the direction is clear. And it's a little hazy, but it's clear. We have some stars at her feet. And let me see what that message does for, I believe it goes into protection and prosperity. So let's see what it says for that. Okay. So the message continues, you are at the end of one journey and have not yet begun the next. This is a moment to bless your experience thus far. Take stock of what you've learned. It's time to move on to the new experiences and new way of being. There's nothing left for you to do, be, or experience in your present circumstances. Take the risk and move, even if you need to be in the transition for a time. Your destiny is calling you. Whew, okay, so, and then I felt drawn to read prosperity message. But before I go into that one, your destiny is calling you with this card. Again, for new moons, it is a time, it's a new beginning. Reassess your situation, see what works, see what doesn't work. I personally like to do a journal throughout the month. I list some of my accomplishments, definitely situations that stick out. Relationships and work, and just by myself, see the thoughts I'm having with myself. And I take note of how I feel about myself. And that gives me a sense of of course, seeing my progress and seeing what areas I need to develop further. I am currently just not necessarily studying, but learning about new things. Everything that kind of pops into my head, it's like, oh, I'm curious, what does this mean? So it's a lot of, right now, I'm actually reading a Nietzsche book of good and evil. I believe that's what it's called, or yeah, I believe it's of good and evil. And it's just a different mindset. It's how he thought, of course, but I find it very interesting. So maybe that calls out to someone. It is, I think, available on Kindle for free, so check that out. But it's seeing a different perspective, seeing sort of how you always done things and how you can do that differently. And you actually have already done what you've done in your current situation. So if you feel stuck, if you feel bored, even bored, certainly if you're phone scrolling, of course you're on here, so thank you, but give that a break and try new things, try new experiences. And like I said, I will read the prosperity message. And if you hear some scratching, that is my dog that's around here somewhere. Prosperity message indicates this message is clear. The path you've been on with your work, creative projects, and business alliances have come to an end. You will find the success you desire by continuing with what is now in front of you. This is an auspicious sign because there is no choice that will benefit you other than risking stepping into the unknown. It's time to walk towards something new. This card also pertains to the more neutral concept of completion. You finish your task and can rest assured that the ending will open up a powerful new avenue of opportunity, even better than any you can imagine. You have done all you can. Now trust that spirit keeps the plan moving forward. Fortune requires you to conclude this chapter of your life, and remember that when you close one door, another opens. Oh, so that's incredibly powerful. And one of my favorite quotes is, fortune favors the brave, or fortune favors the bold. Sometimes you have to pave this path. It's only this individual in this path, so you might be walking it alone. And back to the political climate that we are experiencing here in the United States, it is a time for new leaders to emerge. It is a time for a new generation to be inspired and empowered. Because one person can make that change. And of course, the door here, and that looks like a great beginning. So we'll move on to No Place Like Home. Another solitary energy, the single house hanging with it. And I do notice the bright light coming out of there. So let's read a message, the Oracle's message for number 50. Okay, here we go. No place like home. Home feels safe and secure. It's comfortable. It's a comfortable place to rest and create, a place that is known and you can call yours. Oh, sorry. This call signals that your ability to trust yourself and feel at home is your own skin is beginning to solidify as you claim your dignity and integrity. Aspects of yourself no one can take away from you. You know who you are. You hold your head high, yet with neither pride nor humility. Instead, you stand as the observer, seeing through the eyes of your soul. This puts you in a position of power and strength. Authenticity is your home. You are safe here, in the house of your spirit and spirit. That's an incredible message, and it ties perfectly in times to go. Home is where the heart is. So leave any fear of taking this path. Leave any doubt of taking this path. Leave any reservations about trying something new, taking the next step. home will always be home. There's actually no place like home. And I also get home is where the heart is. So where you go, your heart will go. Oh, that's just, that actually resonates a lot for me. So let's read the prosperity message. And I'm also drawn to read the protection message for this one. So for prosperity, when you act in an authentic way, you command the world to reflect back to you exactly what it is in your highest good. Your business choices, the investments you make, and the creative projects you immerse yourself in are powerfully on point. Why? Because when you are fully yourself, radically accepting everything in your journey to date, both successes and failures, you will see the divinity in all things. Abundance is a natural progression when you experience this kind of authenticity. So a lot of abundance. So I am drawn now to pull tarot, see if we get some pentacles coming out. And I'll probably do a quick spread. Yes, when you're authentic, it's you. You cannot fake that. You cannot mimic that. You cannot buy that. And that's the true meaning of authenticity. It's who you are. Be proud to be who you are. Be proud to live the life of who you are. This card should give you a sense of, hey, this is me. And if you didn't know, this is me. So this actually brings a lot of empowerment. A stronger voice even for those that had kept not their life. I got hidden, not their life hidden, but not oversharing. Or hiding small things about you, what you like to do, even if you think it's weird, even if it's, oh, I collect rocks, I love old comic books, I'm getting that, a lot of vintage stuff. I personally like to do a lot of estate sales, and my home is filled with antiques and kind of stuff that nobody has. And in the beginning, when people would come over and ask where I got that, I would kind of pretend, oh, I don't know where I got that, or I would say a store. But now I'm proud to say, oh, I found this, and I actually have a story of where I found that item, whether it was traveling or just down the street at an estate sale. It's just, be you and do you. There's no place like home. I really like that. And then for this one, protection, is the message here. Says there are times when what is familiar and known is not the best choice. Human beings are memory-driven creatures, and we all look for certainty for what we know, even if the qualities we seek in other people and in external conditions are expressed in unhealthy ways. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose. Oh, wait, hold on. So protection is actually for the cards in reverse, but I'll continue to read it. Avoid being too eager to find home. Choose something unfamiliar and trust that there you will find a new normal that supports your spirit. Remember, if you do what you did, you'll get what you got. Do the opposite of what feels right, even if it's the uncomfortable. Because what feels right is already what feels familiar, and you will attract and be drawn to the very things you don't want anymore. This time will not be different unless you do something different. So that's very interesting that I felt drawn to read that protection message. So that's usually when the card is in the reverse. But I feel like it ties just along with the message in your pursuit of this new path. Really think it through and make sure it aligns with what you want in your life. And I always think is it how it falls in your hierarchy of needs. I believe you can look this up, but your hierarchy of needs is how you define yourself. If you see yourself first, I'm female, woman, so do I see myself first as a woman? and then as a sister, and then as the mother if I have children? Do I see myself as my ethnicity or as my patriotism, where I live, or where I was born? So that hierarchy of needs is coming really strong, and it ties back to your identity. See what those needs are the most important to you, and you can actually do a list of them and always revisit it, see if something changes. But what truly aligns? And I would think the top maybe 6, top 10, maybe even top 5 of those needs should be what your focus is. Am I a caregiver? Am I a volunteer? Am I my religion? See what religion or your beliefs play into that hierarchy of needs, and that will simplify, I would think, any decision you make, because you'll know what is truly important to you, what is aligned to you, and you don't have to worry about where you end up as long as you have those needs met. And the last one is building blocks in reverse, 28. And that is the protection message. So we'll see what it says here. Okay, a couple more pages. Here we go. Protection for building blocks. Now is the time to address the cracks in the foundations of your life. Perhaps your values have changed. Ties back to this. Okay. Perhaps your values have changed, and it's time to strengthen your convictions and let go of the things that no longer serve the vision you have for your life. Or perhaps you chose to ignore the signs that a situation or agreement you have entered into is not right for you. Remove the rotten pieces and reinforce your core moral strength and integrity. Now is the time for rigorous honesty, for you are called to renovate and upgrade your consciousness. You will be so happy when you do. Spirit has a spectacular blueprint for your life, far beyond your imagination. Don't be afraid to replace what's not solid. Wow. So yeah, that ties back to find out who you are. I am who I am, and really see what that means to you, what your values are. That would streamline any change you see coming. Because again, we should not have any fear. Change is required. Change is necessary. We outgrow our old skins. We outgrow ideas, thoughts, even patterns. So I'm getting a lot of what your routine is. See if you can change something in your routine. And I'm actually, now that we got to the last one, I probably will do a separate tarot spread. I just like the energy of this. I think these 3 cards tie in perfectly to the message of finding out who you are. What is your identity? Am I in the situation that I want to be in? Review previous situations you were in. See what your career falls into. See what your core values fall into. Just really examine if you are who you want to be, and if you would want to be with somebody like you. I kind of like taking that approach. You here and there checking in and seeing, would I be somebody I would hang out with? Would I be somebody I would love? Would I be someone that I would be proud to, sit next to, talk to? And if you believe in law of attraction, that's the best way that aligns you with finding your soulmates, your life path, is aligning with who you are and attracting that back into your life. So I hope you like these messages. I hope you like these oracle cards. I personally really like these. Again, I read one of these for myself around the new moon. And I can show you the box. I have it right here. This is the Wisdom of the Oracle Divination cards. If you enjoyed this, please continue to follow and wait for more readings. Like I said, I did feel guided to do a tarot spread, so I will be doing that soon. Thank you so much and have a wonderful, blessed day. Bye.